Hi everyone, we have with us a very special person, Mr. Joseph Ebenezer from Tamil Nadu. He has done Ph.D. in chess, and I don't mean it metaphorically or figuratively, I mean it literally. How? Let's hear it from the man himself.
Hello everybody, this is a great joy. I'm very thrilled to talk for ChessBase, because ChessBase is one I believe that made a revolution in the digital chess in India. But for ChessBase, I wonder how it would have been. I have used ChessBase and I've recommended ChessBase to all the kids that I have trained, and I think they've done an amazing job and taken chess to a different level in India thanks to ChessBase. Coming to my PhD, I started teaching chess, 5 kids in the beginning, at the Russian Cultural Center in Chennai, the hub of Tal Chess Club, their place. But over a period of time, I suddenly realized that the kids are changing, their minds were changing. I went around telling people the IQ seems to be changing. Then I'm from a master's from statistics background. They said, you know nothing about psychology, IQ is fixed and it does not change. I kept telling all the people, nobody believed. Then I had the opportunity to apply for a Department of Science and Technology, Cognitive Science Research Initiative, DST project. I applied. There the AIMS chairman was there. He looked at my proposal and said, I don't want you to talk anything more, I agree with you. If you can just prove that memory improves because of chess training, I'll grant you a DST project. This is a very esteemed project. I was named as a principal investigator. Having a statistics background, I went to a psychology professor and asked her, how do you do cognitive assessment, professional cognitive assessment? Then we started doing assessments. These several tests were there. One test earlier was Binet Kamath test. This can assess a brain. They can check brains in 8 points and see whether how the brains are changed. We did a few tests on that. Then I started presenting papers. Then they said the Binet Kamath test itself is not great, so we should do some other test. We went for the best test in WISC-4 India, Westless test, which takes about close to 2 hours to assess one child on cognition, on their ability. So this we were checking the processing speed of a child, we were checking the working memory, we were checking the perceptual reasoning, verbal comprehension, intelligence, and creativity. And with Binet Kamath also we are doing, and creativity test also doing. Actually we are testing about 20 points in the brain. How? Before chess we chose 200 children, 100 were from the control group and 100 from non-control group. Here it's very interesting is, you need to sample them. Which will go to chess and which will not go to chess. You cannot take ChessBase and train them. So we did that. And retaining them for almost 2 years training was difficult. Children from all age groups in terms of age, from the age of 5 to 15, boys and girls, and equal in first we did the IQ, testing for all. Based on equal 2 sets of IQ we changed. And then we started testing whether IQ is changing or not. Initially we did the test and we presented paper. And when you start presenting paper in psychological forum, they come out with various critical thinking. They say, okay, this test is not all right, this could have been due to chess or been to something else. So we need to do a multivariate correlation analysis. So we ended up doing 200 people, more than 1,000 IQ testings for a period of 4 years. And the DST accepted the project. And the results were chess did improve IQ, creativity, and processing speeds. And we were doing for government children, private schools. Schools were divided, and it's a lot to talk about that in detail. But finally, it was proved that chess actually improves intelligence. It not only improves intelligence, it also improves creativity. And we were looking at academic scores. Unfortunately, at that point of time, the academic scores did not improve. Why? When we looked at it, we found that academic scores were, in India, the academics is more by memory, rote memory. and this is not happening in chess. So like possibly we can do it. We need to teach chess differently to impact them in academics. So like I will talk about that later, how to bring chess into education system, how to not as an extracurricular activity but as a regular curricular activity, how to bring chess, how to teach English and chess, how to teach chess and mathematics, how to teach chess and geography, how to teach chess and language skills. But one test conducted done by us in Madurai for 50 children, 100 children, 50 each, had significant improvement in English, and this was presented in China. So the Ph.D. was from Madras University. It went to US for cognitive psychology papers, and they approved it, and it took 2 to 3 years for Indian reviewer to understand and say yes, this is good. And after going through that, they said nothing needs to be changed, the paper is intact, only presented. So we presented about 26 papers in 20 countries across the world, and we presented in World Congress of Psychology, Cognitive Science Society, and almost the best papers in psychology. This was presented, and in one point there was a professor from UK, and he was presenting the chess does not improve, and I was presenting putting a banner chess does improve. They went to the professor and asked him, both of you are standing, and he was saying that it does not improve, and he's saying it's improve, how does it do? And he said, I did an intervention for 3 months, he did an intervention for 1 year. So for a sustained improvement in IQ or intelligence, we need to do it at least 25 sessions, 25 to 30 sessions. So chess definitely makes a change in the IQ. And the PhD was awarded in 2021 at Madras University, and this is the first of a kind in India, and several other papers across the globe are taking and citing our work and saying this seems to be making a world of difference in chess. So to do this very good analysis, we need to understand Whistler's, we need to understand Binekamat, we need to understand the creativity testing, and we also did some segments. Like we found that Indian girls, poor Indian girls, had a tremendous impact, who studied in government schools, had tremendous impact on chess. Why? Because chess not only changes their way of thinking, it gives them a huge opportunity to play, so huge opportunity to get engaged. They are not involved. So I think we need to get the chess to the downtrodden, the people who have not have access to that, and also for women in India. So Chess in Education Commission is one of the new commissions of the World Chess Federation, and they want to bring chess to the into the curriculum. Now they have, just like Ph.D. trainer commissions, they have education commission where we give school instructors a first title, and then we get lead school instructor, then you have senior lead school instructor. Recently, the last week, I was the first Indian to be certified as a senior lead school instructor. What does it give is you can train we don't need other trainers across the world. It is not just chess. You need to talk about safeguarding, you need to talk about a lesson plan, how you teach in the schools, how classroom management, and how do you handle when the internet goes off, how do you handle a classroom, child psychology. It had huge varieties, and you have to present papers, and you have to submit before recently we had a trainer workshop in Chennai where Rita Atkins, she's the Secretary General. To do this, we did a workshop in Chennai, and 14 of them were certified as India's first school instructors by the World Ph.D. Chess and Education Commission, the World Chess Federation. Now, why do we do this? Now, in India, everybody says, let's take chess to the schools. Now, this is a huge, big challenge. It's not easy. We need to understand chess, competitive chess, and educational chess are both two different. When you get to competitive chess, you drive the children to achieve. It's all about winning. today I played a game and I won, and I was playing against a 10-year-old boy, and he cracked and he started sobbing, and I had to comfort him and said, I've been playing 53 years and I've beaten Anand 3 times. So,
Wow.
so take it easy. Don't worry about the loss. Okay, the idea is like you chess per se, only chess. Yes, for some of them. For Anand, yes. For some of the grandmasters, yes. But not for me. For Sasikaran, yes. For Deepan, yes. But not for me. Like not everybody wants to do only chess. Now, the competition in India is so great, so high. You see that every kid plays well. Here I shudder to come to play the national championship. Sometimes people ask me, why don't you play in India? It's very dangerous to play with kids. The lower the age, the difficult the game. So they don't have any fear. They're completely playing chess. Okay, so that is one thing. So are we trying to make everybody a champion? We need to give everybody an opportunity to play chess. Every child should learn to play chess. Some of them will go to the club level. Some of them will go to the district level. Some of them will go to the national level. Some of them will go to the world level. So we need to change our approach in teaching chess itself. We need to find out how life skills can be developed. How 21st century skills can be developed. How can we do collaboration? How can we do communication, critical thinking skills, and focus, impulse control? So these are several areas where we can teach chess for. Like regrouping. Regrouping is a huge, beautiful chess concept that can be used in business management. Every programmer needs to play chess. So we can go on, but getting down to the what does India need currently? Like we want chess beyond a game. Chess can be a therapy also. I've used this as a therapy, as a cognitive psychologist. I worked on traumatic brain injury patients, which Nimans had worked on for 15 years, and we worked on short-term memory, healing short-term memory loss, several ADHD children, learning disorders. So chess has a huge therapeutic value. Like if we do the assessment and we find if the processing speed of a child is low, we can use chess, like using just the tactics available in ChessBase, you can change the processing ability of a child. We can change the reasoning skills. If you teach endgame properly, reasoning skills will be changed. We need to know how to work on which part of chess. Learning openings will improve working memory. The branches, the various things. So like today we need to get to the grassroots levels. If you want to get to the grassroots level, like tribal schools, government schools, corporation schools, and special schools, we need to train the teachers. We need to tell them the basics. Don't rush through the basics of chess. Just to play chess is beautiful, and I think that is the most important thing. It is not as after school. It is not during lunch breaks. It is part of a curriculum. How to bring chess as a part of curriculum? This is a clear cognitive development. The Ph.D. proved and was accepted by the sports ministry and the DST that chess can be used as a cognitive intervention or cognitive enhancement tool. If that be the case, just like yoga that has been used, music that has been used, chess should definitely be used to bring up development of children. And we need to get mass teachers. And here we are not talking about gambits. Here we are not talking about sacrifices. We are talking about basic raw chess. Now, like taking just a chessboard, we can teach for 1 hour. You may ask, how do you do that? If you look at a chessboard, the number of squares, the right and wide, taking one piece. There's so much you can talk about chess. If you come to the chess and education workshop, you will understand how chess can be introduced. We need to develop the passion. Every child can play chess. Every child should be taught to play chess. Several people say, I don't want to play chess. Sometimes they attend one lecture of mine teaching about just one of the pieces, and they say, wow, this is interesting. I never thought I can learn chess. Sometime while I'm coming to the national championship, I met a couple, very leading IT couple. I said I can teach you chess in 1 hour. Then by the train reached from Chennai to Tenali, both of them were playing chess. So you can teach chess in an interesting manner, slowly, absolutely slowly, teaching, going into the, and also when you write notations, we're talking about visualization. We are talking about bilateral thinking. Several areas of how to work on chess. Like you may find some child who is not good in studies but doing very well in chess. It's also other way around. Many chess players don't go to school, so they don't study. That's a different issue. But many kids are not good at studies. But if you introduce chess, like I was one kid, I started playing when I was 5 and I struggled. I struggled to do my BSc. I had 13 arrears because I was playing tournament. But I finished one shot I finished all the papers. I did my masters. I struggled in my masters. But when it came to Ph.D, I was not playing serious chess. I finished my Ph.D in just 4 years. Part-time working. I'm working as a supervisor of audit in Comptroller and Auditor General of India. My job is to audit the finance and the communications department of India. So India currently needs to get chess into education, and this PhD was an eye-opener for me. Chess does make a change in the cognitive, especially in the areas of processing speed, the way they think, the way they look at things, the perceptual reasoning, the critical thinking out of the box, going beyond, and ability to come out with novelties. Now that is the beauty of chess. Like today somebody asked me, you have been playing close Sicilian for more than 30-40 years, but still you come out with new ideas. I think that's what chess is. So complicated, you can always come out with beautiful playing chess. Thanks to ChessBase for the amazing work they do. I'm sure ChessBase has been involved in every area of development in chess. They will also work with Chess and Education Commission, taking chess to the masses, and also making available the software, how we can make the basic people in government schools. Recently we had 22 tribal teachers coming and attending a workshop. So like the tribal department, the government schools need special care. We just can't say take chess, not just giving a board does not work. Not sending one coach, because several children are there with several capacities. So first of all, it's not a chess player, is someone who understands child psychology, someone who understands how to communication skills. It's not about, like I have worked with several coaches, some of them will get angry when a child loses. No, this is not about competitive. Some kids will play very well, them we need to segregate them. We need to find, when you go down the grassroots level, we'll have more people like Anand and Gugesh. Thank you.
Well, we would like to ask you about one thing. Before that, I must first thank you for such a wonderful explanation about your PhD and all chess in education. But one thing I think viewers would like to know that you mentioned that you defeated Vishy Anand 3 times. If you could tell us when was it and which tournament or which event was it?
Those were like when I was a state junior champ, like that was in 1980s. That was the time Anand walked in. He used to come on a cycle to Tal Chess Club, and it was his growing stage. We never knew. Like one of the things what affected my chess career is I also lost to him. I played with him 8 times. I lost to him I think 2 times, and drawn with him 3 times. Like here is a kid just like any other kid, suddenly playing better. So one of the interesting matches that I would think is like inter-district school championship. I was a captain for one team and Anand was a captain for another team, and I had the joy of beating him. And another time in national championship in Anakapalli in Andhra, sub-junior championship. I played French and beat him, and one of the Andhra players, P.D. Girinatha, thought because I beat Anand, French should be the great opening. No, it was a growing stages. I was with him in Mumbai IIT when he qualified for the national to play the national beating Manuel Aaron and others. See, Anand was one guy. I know Anand and his mom and his dad very well. Anand was one guy who was very clearly focused on chess. When I started losing to a youngster like him, I thought I'm doing badly. And I really got upset sometimes. Because when you beat him, we never know that you're losing to a future world champion. You tell your chess is getting bad, you're losing to a kid. So these were smaller tournaments. I would say the maximum was the national sub-junior. And we have played in national junior as well. But these were on the growing, before he hit the national A. That was the stage. And after that I only played one tournament in France, where I played with, could have played with Anand, but I fortunately managed not to play with him. And I'm no way compared to his skills. It was always nice to know that one game actually took almost 10 hours. 10 hours. I really wondered, what is this kid? He's playing so crazy. Like I had the killer instinct. Those days when I think in 1977 or 78, when I was 17 years old, when they called me Bobby Fischer. The Hindu for how Bobby Fischer, and like I was pioneer in as a youngster, I was the first kid to join the Chess Club in 1972. So I was pioneer. So it is nice to see Anand coming up and traveling with him to tournaments, playing with him. It was like you win, you lose. It wasn't all that great, but it's great to see that one man could rise up to the Russian. We were taught at the Russian Cultural Center, but nice to see that one guy could go through the entire army of the Russians and become a world champion. So I would say that beating Anand was when he was a kid. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for your valuable time. I'm sure our viewers would love to read about your PhD publication on the topic which you mentioned, and they will learn and benefit a lot. Thank you so much.